Welcome back to the Daily Mastermind. My name is George Wright III with your daily dose of inspiration, motivation, and education so that you can create your ultimate destiny. What I'd like to do is give you today a guide to structure your goals, affirmations, routines, and so on. So what better way to do that than to go where success leaves clues, individuals that have been super successful. And I wanted to use an example of something that millions of people have followed over the years to create massive success. And so I turned to Napoleon Hill. It was Napoleon Hill in 1908 that was asked by Andrew Carnegie to do an interview, and he challenged him to do research on the topic of success. And Andrew Carnegie at the time was one of the most successful men in the world business-wise. In fact, Andrew Carnegie was worth in today's dollars over $400 billion. That's more than most of the most successful people in the world added together. And I'll tell you, success definitely leaves clues. And so I wanted to go back to Napoleon Hill because prior to writing Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill wrote The Keys to Success, the 17 Principles of Personal Achievement. And I'd like to outline these 17 principles or lessons in today's episode. I want to do that so that you'll have something you can listen to over and over. And if you don't have time to right now, you can go back and write it down, study, learn, teach, and apply these principles in order to catapult you to your success throughout the coming year. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to outline each of these 17 principles and lessons and give you a quick highlight, and then I encourage you to study them over and over. So let's start. Lesson 1, definiteness of purpose. You see, definiteness of purpose is the starting point of all achievement. Without a purpose and a plan, people drift aimlessly through life. Lesson number 2, the mastermind alliance. The mastermind principle consists of an alliance of two or more minds working in perfect harmony for the attainment of a common definite objective. Success does not come without the cooperation of others. We discussed that in our first episode. Lesson number 3, applied faith. Faith is a state of mind through which your aims, desires, plans, and purpose may be translated into their physical or financial equivalent, and faith is absolutely a requirement. Lesson number 4, going the extra mile. Going the extra mile is the action of rendering more and better service than that for which you were presently paid. When you go the extra mile, the law of compensation comes into play. This goes along with how you do anything is how you do everything. Going the extra mile is something you don't hear about a lot lately, but it is a key principle in helping you to be successful. Lesson number 5, a pleasing personality. Personality is the sum total of one's mental, spiritual, and physical traits and habits that distinguish you from others. It's the factor that determines whether one's liked or disliked by others. But I'd like to say this is an attractive personality that you really want to acquire. Lesson number 6, personal initiative. Personal initiative is the power that inspires the completion of what you begin, right? It is the power that starts all action. No person is free until he learns to do his own thinking and gains the courage to act on his own. Lesson number 7, positive mental attitude. We talk about this a lot. Positive mental attitude is the right mental attitude in all circumstances. Success attracts more success, while failure attracts more failure. Positive mental attitude helps you to get more of what you focus on. Lesson number 8, enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is faith in action. It is the intense emotion known as burning desire. It comes from within, although it radiates outwardly in the expression of one's voice and countenance. So lesson number 8 is enthusiasm. Lesson number 9, self-discipline. If you do not control your thoughts, you cannot control your needs. Isn't that interesting? Self-discipline begins with the mastery of thought. If you do not control your thoughts, you cannot control your needs. Lesson number 10, accurate thinking. The power of thought is the most dangerous or the most beneficial power available to man, depending on how it is used. Accurate thinking, or as I like to refer to it as focused thoughts. Lesson number 17, controlled attention. Controlled attention leads to mastery in any type of human endeavor because it enables one to focus the power of his mind upon the attainment of definite objectives and to keep it so directed at will. Controlled attention, also known as focus. Lesson 12, teamwork. You don't hear about this a lot. Teamwork is harmonious cooperation that is willing, voluntary, and free. Whenever the spirit of teamwork is dominating influence in business or industry, the success is inevitable. And I do believe that teamwork coupled with mastermind is a powerful principle. Lesson number 13, adversity and defeat. Adversity and defeat. Many so-called failures represent only a temporary defeat that may prove to be a blessing in disguise. Individual success usually is an exact proportion of the scope of the defeat the individual has experienced or mastered. Many so-called failures represent only a temporary defeat that may prove to be a blessing in disguise. Isn't that interesting? And it's perspective, right? Lesson 14, creative vision. Creative vision is developed by the free and fearless use of one's imagination. It's not a miraculous quality with which one is gifted or is not gifted at birth. Creative vision. Lesson 15, health. Sound health begins with a sound health consciousness, just as financial success begins with a prosperity consciousness. Lesson 15 is health. Lesson 16 is budgeting time and money. Boy, that's one we all struggle with. Time and money are precious resources, and few people striving for success ever believe they possess either one in excess. Now, lesson number 17, it's your habits. Developing and establishing positive habits leads to peace of mind, health, and financial security. You are where you are because of your established habits and your thoughts and deeds. So with that, those are the 17 principles that I wanted to outline to you. I encourage you to study them, and we're going to be talking about these over the coming month because I believe they're not only principles that millions and millions of people have basically used and benefited from, but they're timeless disciplines that you must have and you must implement in order to create your ultimate destiny. As always, my goal with the Daily Mastermind podcast and the mobile app is to help you provide resources, support, and mastermind ideas to create your ultimate destiny and unleash your potential. I listened to Les Brown the other day at an event I was at, and he said, you have greatness inside of you, but you got to be hungry. And I believe that you can do it, and I look forward to talking with you some more tomorrow. So have an amazing day.